Hi Sagittarius, welcome. This is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So Sagittarius, when I was meditating on the collective energy, I was getting a variety of songs. I don't even think I could narrow it down, but there were a few that stuck out to me. One was, I don't actually know the name of the song, but he says, "Can you take it all away? After you shoved it in my face, explain again to me. Take it all away." Anyways, you might randomly hear that song, or you might actually like or resonate with that song. Take it or leave it. And then I was also hearing Selena Gomez, "I'm so sick of this same old love." So that may also resonate with you, but I'm getting like a mix of emotions, right? Because on the other hand of that, I was also getting like happier songs. So it seems like there is a mixture of things going on here, Sagittarius, and it may be hard to pin down how you actually feel, right? And I got a similar message in the Virgo reading. I actually had a lot of trouble reading the Virgo energy because it seemed to be all over the place. So you might also resonate with that if you have Virgo in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Virgo, maybe check it out. But it just seems complex, right? And with the moon moving through Libra right now, emotions tend to run high, right? And then also it hitting in Scorpio tonight, it may intensify that, right? So it just feels very intense, whether it's intensely happy or intensely sad, you know? There doesn't really seem to be an in-between going on right now. So let's get into it and see where this is headed, Sagittarius. Your overall energy that popped out while I was talking there is all about empowerment and empowering yourself. This is talking about utilizing your strengths and not getting overwhelmed in the energy, being able to keep your calm. And you know, empowerment means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but from a spiritual perspective, empowerment is alignment. It is the ability to soothe one's own emotions, to redirect your thoughts when they're going in a negative direction, to be the queen and king of your own universe, which is in the thought space and the consciousness, which most people don't master, you know, completely in this lifetime. And if they do, they're called a mastermind. And those are the enlightened ones. But our mind is a complex place, right? And if you've picked up some negative belief structures along the way, it can be even more difficult to navigate, all right? So let's see where this is headed, Sagittarius. I'm going to go ahead and go into the thought space. Then we're going to go into the emotional space and see what's going on there, and then the big spiritual picture. So let me give it one good shuffle, and let's go. The headspace for my Sagittariuses. And you know, as I look down at my table, I notice that I have water energy out. Some of you might be just feeling very emotional or sensitive right now, or you could be dealing with a water sign, all right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well. So let's go into the headspace, Sagittarius, and see what we have coming in. That song is still playing. Can you take it all away? You shoved it in my face. Anyways, all right. So I carried away in that. All right, Six of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Wands, okay? And the Four of Swords. So, yeah, Sagittarius, there seems to be like this internal battle going on, this tug of war, this back and forth between like the past and the way things used to be versus the present, and maybe even thinking too far into the future of how things are going to be. There is like this message here too about like not doing anything impulsive when you're feeling angry or if you're feeling frustrated, to instead try your best to calm yourself before you make any decisions or take any action. as there'll be repercussions to that if you do, right? And I think it's easy to say things and do things we don't mean when we're in the heat of a moment or we're feeling very intensely. And since the energy already feels intense, it would be likely that that you might do something you regret. So all the better reason, right, to prioritize your mental well-being and to get in charge of that mind and give yourself some rest if you need to. If you need a break or a day off or, you know, just a good night's sleep, give that to yourself. Don't push yourself so hard. Some of you are, I heard being put into a bind, or you feel like you're in some sort of bind, but there are solutions available to you, right? But you can't get to the solution while you're worried about the problem. And so there's this message here to kind of relinquish the issue for a moment, for a day, you know, and allow the universe to provide some sort of solution for you. And I'm sorry guys, also if you can hear the lawn mowers and all that in the background, it's summertime, so yeah, I can't help it. But anyway, sorry, back to you. But yeah, so there might be some irritation going on as well. It's like I said, it's like feeling you're being pulled in two different directions, you know. And for some of you, what you're weighing out, you know, or why you're feeling pulled in two different directions is, it's like thinking about the way you thought things would be and then comparing it to the way things actually are. Let's go deeper. Sagittarius, let's go a little bit deeper, all right? Let's go into the emotional space. And I don't usually get this specific in these types of readings, but some of you, the tug of war could be over children or something to deal with the past, Sagittarius, or a past person. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had a distraction. As I'm talking about distractions, I have a distraction. Go figure. We'll have attraction. Anyways, all right. So the emotional space, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Temperance. Let's get one more, please. So there's this message here about needing to prioritize yourself, right? I feel like all hell is breaking loose in my house right now. And like, what is the deal? I don't believe in coincidences, right? Because I feel like things occur in perfect timing for a reason. And I feel like Sagittarius, lately, every time I go to read you, it's like chaos breaks loose in my house, whether it's my dogs or people calling me or, you know, whatever. And I don't know if it's because you feel chaotic, you know, or maybe you have that chaos going on external to you, but it's making me want to like pick my hair out, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit much. And so, like I said, I don't feel like that's coincidental. Some of you, that is the energy that you're feeling. Like, this is a little bit much, or just very chaotic, you know, things not seeming to make sense or be organized to you. And it's because you're disorganized in your energy and your thought patterns, and needing to get ahead of that, right? Needing to get in control of that. Stop giving so much time to thinking about the struggle of something, because you're perpetuating and making the struggle bigger by focusing there. And it sounds crazy, right? Like to take a day off and go to the beach when you have problems going on or issues that needed to be tended to. But honest to God, you are not going to solve those issues by continuing to stress about them. So as weird as it sounds to say, like, take a break and go to the pool or give yourself a day off or do anything to make yourself feel good, that is what energetically is going to shift the situation to allow a solution to come in. Like, you have got to learn how to soften and soothe your own energy. Now, some of you have already learned this. There's different levels of you tuning in. Some of you are already in your state of empowerment, but, you know, bad habits die hard, or like, we all have the ability to go backwards a little bit. And there's a high likelihood of maybe slipping back into some old negative thought patterns during this time frame. But I feel you know better. Like, you know that you need to prioritize your well-being and your mental well-being, or you wouldn't be watching me. You know, you would be watching some other tarot reader. You know, so I know that a lot of you that are tuning in are already somewhat well along your spiritual path, just because you wouldn't be interested in this type of content if you weren't, right? So you know better. You know, like, you're smarter than to allow yourself to get sucked into conflict or the struggle or the back and forth, because all it does is deplete you emotionally as opposed to build you up, which right now you're in the process of like rebuilding yourself. So certainly not wanting to slip backwards, but it happens, right? Now, I feel like as you get more into alignment with yourself, then, like I said, the solutions come through. And this could be with helping helpful people, or like the money coming in when you need it, or the, I got cash advance. I don't know, take it or leave it. That could be one or two of you, but like things opening up to you, excuse me. And that could pertain to any area of your life. Now, some of you, this is related to maybe financial struggles, okay? Which there is always a solution, because money is energy. I know we don't think about it that way, but everything on the planet is energy. And money flows to you via energy. Ever notice that some people just always seem to come across money easily, and then there's other people who have to work 10 jobs and they barely make the bills? Like, what is that about? You know, how come? I saw this thing on TikTok once, and I don't mean to get, well, this is not off topic. I saw this lady on TikTok who was selling farts in a jar, and she made a lot of money. I know that sounds stupid, right? I'm not saying to go sell your farts in a jar, but she made $1 million off of it. Now, how silly is that? Or how genius is that, if you really want to think about it? She put almost no to minimal effort, and yet money in abundance flowed to her. Vice versa, there's people that go to college and they have all these degrees and they're $130,000 in college debt, and yet they find a job that they barely like and the money's not enough. Well, why is that person working so hard? You know, and it's because there's a misconception about how money flows. There is a misconception about how money truly flows to people. And all of us have the ability to have money flow to us in abundance by just simply getting into alignment. It's not about doing more. It's not about the physical activity of doing more. It's about the energy flow. And how easy do you think it's going to come to you? People who believe that money is easy, or they don't even really care about it at all, that's their thought process, they tend to attract abundance very easily. People who believe that money only comes through hard work and struggle and this and that, well, law of attraction responds to that thought pattern, that belief, and therefore money always comes with a struggle. Do you see what I mean? It's an energy flow, and it has very little to do with your degrees and your accomplishments and how many hours you work, because there are infinite ways to make money. And I don't know why I'm going into this, other than you, obviously some of you need to hear this, is that it's not about the effort and the action. It's about your energy and how open and receptive are you, and what are your beliefs around money. And if your beliefs around money aren't serving you, this is the time to redirect your focus, to repivot that thought, and to tell yourself things like, I always have enough. Money does always seem to flow to me. Sometimes, you know, it feels like it won't, but it always does. The solution always arrives, right? Money flows easy into my existence. I get inspired ideas all of the time. I think I'm making too much of this. I think I can enjoy myself a little bit as the solutions flow to me. You know, start to soften that thought if you're having issues with that. And for those of you who aren't having issues with money, that are already abundant, that's a good reminder to you, because some of you might slip back into old thinking patterns during this time frame. But you can also apply that, what I just told you about how energy flows, to any area of your life. It doesn't have to be money. It could be any area of your life, even relationships, right? When you think it's a struggle, it will be a struggle. When you feel like it comes easy, it comes easy. And that applies to everything. All right, so let's go into the bigger spiritual picture here, Sagittarius. Because they're giving me that song again. I'm so sick of that same old love. Some of you are so sick of same old, or like the same old repeated patterns, or the same old issues, or feeling the same old whatever, you know? And it's like, well, the only reason the same keeps perpetuating is because you keep having the same thoughts about it. So you can change your mind at any point in time, and that's where all your power is, Sagittarius. So claim it back. All right. So the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Where is this headed? The Six of Wands. Well, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm loving that the last line of cards is super positive, right? This is you coming into your empowerment, right? This is you remembering who you are, getting into alignment, prioritizing your mental well-being. Then the intuition and the ideas and the clarity and the inspiration start flowing. This allows you to find a solution, a plausible solution to any issue that you're having. I heard just give it time. So there's things that want to flow into you, right? Like there's validation, recognition, success, money for some of you. As soon as you get out of your own lackful thinking, right? And start empowering yourself. And maybe the quickest way to get to that state of empowerment is to meditate and quiet your mind. That is the simplest and easiest way. But also to take a day for you, to do things that you enjoy, to get out of this emotion of tension or mixed emotions, right? To get back in touch with your intuitive self. I feel like your intuition is trying to lead you to the path of least resistance. And to also be patient with yourself, Sagittarius. Like I heard Rome wasn't built overnight. Okay. So it takes time, right? We do live in a world where we manifest, but we don't live in a world of instant manifestation, meaning like things don't manifest the moment you think about it. And there's a reason for that, right? And a very good reason, because if things did manifest as soon as you thought about it, we'd have a lot of craziness going on in this world. So thankfully, there's the space and time between the perpetuation of the thought and it actually occurring. There's this buffer of time. So some of you are just getting too impatient. You're jumping the gun. You're jumping to conclusions, where if you were just to chill out and give it a little bit of time, whatever it is that you're looking for will present itself to you and you will come out on top. It's not even an if, it's a when. Victory is yours. It is yours, right? So, Sagittarius, let's get a Law of Attraction card and see what that has to say. It says, my life is about my relationships. You will never find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. Without a comparative experience, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. So this is talking about the relationship between you and others, but also you and life, but also you and yourself, you know, and what you believe is true about yourself is very important because you can only create what you believe is true. So if you're in charge of telling the narrative of your story, tell a story that is in alignment with your highest good, Sagittarius. And some of you who've hit hard times or are going through this struggle, whether it be in relationships or your relationship with money, because that's also a relationship. This is saying that struggle allowed you to define better what it is that you want on the other side of that, because every subject is two subjects. So on the other end of struggle is ease, right? So now you know you want things to feel easier. And so now if you pivot your thoughts into that ease and flow, you'll start attracting more of that. So Sagittarius, something to keep in mind as we go through June, and you're headed towards your empowerment. Okay, so just a reminder there. Zodiac signs that you might be dealing with or have in your birth chart. I felt Virgo reference earlier, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a lot of water energy here. This card always reminds me of you, Sag, or Aries. But those are the predominant signs I'm seeing. But it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and events over there. It's called Tarot Time with Dana, but also linked down below, as well as in the About section, where you can also find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Sagittarius. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.